Yes, please. Let's talk about mobile photography. Let's go. So today I'm going to be taking you through my mobile photography gear kit, which I have been putting together for over the last few years. I love creating with technology and understanding what are the possibilities with tech as it stands today and just trying to get the most out of whatever I have. I've been shooting mobile both just as a hobbyist and sort of to document my life for over 10 years now. And so over the last 10 years, I've been really interested in some of the accessories that can take a phone and turn it into something more than a phone. Let's dive in. Right here, right now in front of me, I have the iPhone X, which for the last 3 years has been my daily driver. If you guys watched any other videos on this channel, you know that I've been shooting with a Pixel 4a for the last couple of months. You know, right off the bat, I have my moment cases on both of these. So the iPhone X is a little bit more worn. The moment case on the Pixel 4a still needs to get broken in a little bit more, but these both have been great phones, both for photo and video. In 2020, there is no shortage of phones where you can just pay so much money for, but these two phones, whether you get an old used iPhone that's 3 years old or something like this, like a budget Android phone, both are incredible for taking great shots. So I'm very happy with those. Now let's get right to it. So first off here, I have the Air Tech Pack. Now I believe this is an older version of this. I think Air refreshed this bag. It's been great, totally solid. This thing's been knocked around, banged around, taken to corners of remote Mexico and in Michoacan and Jalisco. It's been taken with me up to British Columbia. I mean, this thing's a tank. I love it. It's great. All over the US. In all honesty, if I was buying a tech bag today, I don't know if this is the bag I would go for. I think I would go for more of a sling option. Air offers a great option there. I think Peak Design has a great smaller sling option that's about this size. Same with Nomadic. I'm sure there are tons of other brands out there that you could find a cool sling, but this is what I have. And it works well for me. But again, yeah, I do kind of wish I had a sling for just really tight, compact mobile travel. But let's dive right into this thing. There are 3 main compartments on this bag. The center compartment's kind of where most of the goodies are that we'll start off with here. And this first thing that I have is the Shoulder Pod S1 grip. Now, I've had this thing for at least 5 years because it was in my original moment video that I put up here on YouTube back in 2016. This thing's been a champ. It's super easy to just slide one of your phones right into it. Have this as a hand grip just so it's a lot easier to take a photo. It helps sort of stabilize you, which helps you get a lot more out of the image stabilization on your phone, which you know, it's great. It's a lot better than trying to hold a phone like this, where your hands are just sort of in an unnatural position. You get a lot of wobble with the phone versus just having the shoulder pod on there. Boom, now this feels really natural. It feels like I'm gripping a professional camera in a way. So that's pretty cool. The other nice thing about the shoulder pod grip is that this bottom piece untwists here. You do have a leash that you can wrap around your wrist for better control and stability. Or you can unscrew this piece and get a threaded mount there that you can attach to a tripod, which is our next piece here, which is the Manfrotto. I believe this is the mini tripod. Now this particular tripod is probably the most simple form of a tripod that you could possibly have. I remember getting this, I think I got this, yeah, at least 5-6 years ago now. This thing is great if you're starting out. You can put it almost anywhere. It does have this ball head that allows you to rotate. The one thing I don't like about this is you are unable, it doesn't have like the cutout to take the phone into portrait mode, which I think is really nice, but I'll show you what I used for that instead. Still, this is a great place to start if you just need something to be able to shoot time lapses or long exposures with your mobile device. If you want to record video, I think this was about 20 bucks. I'll link it below. This is a great first tripod. And you'll see with the thread mount here, I could put the shoulder pod onto this tripod. So now I have a grip for the phone, and it's in this really compact piece. You can even sort of use this to vlog if you want. So now you have a completely mobile setup, no having to worry about the Gorilla Pod messing with you. You can deploy this down, have your phone all set up. It's good. It's great, works. Get you going for a very affordable price. I don't remember what the shoulder pod goes for, but I'll throw it somewhere up here, and it's a great way to get started. I'm actually gonna leave all this out here, so I'm gonna go put that over there. We got the bag right here. So the Manfrotto tripod is great if you're just getting started. If you want something that's a little bit beefier, the Switch Pod, not to be confused with the shoulder pod, is a great sort of handheld tripod. I do have the ball head adapter on here, so this does actually allow you to take the phone into portrait mode, where you just twist this off and now you see this grip here. I'll just actually kit this out right now so you guys can see what it looks like. Kit this out. So the grip gets on there, put the phone in. Now you have your phone on a tripod, so you can take those stills, and then what's great about the Switch Pod is you can just fold it up like this and then vlog on it. Very, very accessible tool. You can get a lot of options out of just this ball head with the portrait. You can flip this back over real quick and easy. Shoot some landscape 16:9 stuff for YouTube, flip it back over. You can shoot some portrait stuff for Instagram stories, TikTok, whatever, Twitter even. You do you, you know? What's great about the shoulder pod is it's made out of metal. It feels really sturdy, where this Manfrotto, it's hard plastic. It's definitely it'll take a beating, but there's just something about the metal in the Switch Pod that feels so, just so durable and usable. And again, it sort of has that 1-2 punch of it can work both as a tripod and sort of as a grip for vlogging. You can choke up on it and get really close. You can pull back on it, do some further away shots, and get others in the frame really easy. So I would say if you have the money to upgrade from the Manfrotto Mini, go with the Switch Pod. But get the ball head, especially if you're doing mobile anything. Absolutely get the ball head so you can take your shots into portrait mode. Moving right along, we are going to talk about some Moment lenses. Now I have 3 different Moment lenses in this bag. So you guys already saw these lenses in action in my last video about the Pixel 4a shooting night sight. I have the Super Fish 170 by Moment. I rarely use this lens, but in shooting night photography and using things like night sight, or just being in places where you might want to reframe the shot later and you want that widest possible field of view, this really actually did come in handy in the night sight video to just take that wider perspective and then crop in and really frame up the shot in post. So I really did appreciate that. That was fantastic. Put that right up over there. Next up is I have the Moment Tele lens. Now the Moment Tele lens, this thing is so great for portraits. There are tons of phones out there that will try to do a sort of simulated bokeh and portrait mode, but with the actual lens element and the glass, actually I should pull these out so you guys can take a look at them. So with the natural lens element on this glass, you are gonna get real bokeh. You don't need to fake it, which is really nice, because a lot of times with the portrait photography shots, you have to frame up your subject absolutely perfectly. You have to sit there and wait for the camera to crunch it. And by the time you've done that, your subject has already moved. Your subject is no longer posing the way you'd like to have them. So there's a lot of benefits to actually shooting with real glass and getting those real effects in camera without having to do it computationally. So what I've really actually been enjoying with the Moment Tele lens is shooting architecture photography. Now, I, in the past, would normally always shoot architecture wide, just try to get as much into the shot as possible. But recently I've been really enjoying the challenge of seeing what I could get, how I could frame up a shot with something like a telephoto equivalent lens. And this has been a fun way to experiment with that. So I'll leave that right there. And last but not least, we probably have the lens that I've used the most on my phones. And I even did a review of the original version of this lens, but the new M series lens that Moment has with its wide angle, which is designed for the wider apertures that the iPhone 10 and newer have from the iPhone 6, which is I think what was the original phone that was out when Moment first came out with the lens. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that, but the 18mm wide angle lens, that element, dude, that element. I love this lens. This lens is so much fun to shoot with. the wide angle shots that you get on wide angle lenses that are in phones today are just not even as good as this. Again, because this element is just so much larger and so much thicker than something you would have on a phone, this is just always gonna look better in my opinion, and I prefer to shoot with this. It's great for being indoors and being in close quarters when you're trying to take photos of friends or a group of people. It's great being outside if you're gonna take a shot of a landscape or architecture or just trying to capture a setting. That's one of the things in documenting my life and sort of taking photos as notes for posterity. Having a wide angle lens that you can just snap onto your phone really quick that looks great to sort of set the scene. Any time I go somewhere, I like to take that shot so then I know on that day I was at this place, and the wider view that I can get and the more information I can get in that particular shot helps take me right back to where I was. So yeah, definitely the most used lens that I have in my mobile photography kit. If you are thinking about buying a lens from Moment, I would say start with the wide. I think this is the one I've gotten the most use out of, so definitely good. Let's see what else is in here. This backside interior of this, there's a ton of organization in here. I don't know if the latest AirTag pack has that, but again, I'll link that here below somewhere on this video. This is the Moment filter kit. I think I alluded to this in the Pixel 4a video shooting outside. I think it's awesome that Moment tried to solve, and they did solve the problem of how do you get a filter on your phone? How do you step up your game to take really great shots in daylight or in an environment where you need a neutral density filter? They did it. This is what that ring looks like. This is what the filter mount case looks like. It works. For me, kitting it out onto my phone is really cumbersome. It's hard then to, I'm already dropping them. It comes with these different adapter rings for the filter mount. So you can mount it onto the Superfish, you can mount it onto the wide angle or the tele lens. It's a lot to keep up with. There's no way to lens cap then the filter, so then you're kind of exposed. It's hard to then sort of, you know, pull off the lens real quick and then sheath that into its case and then put your phone back in your pocket. Instead, you're just sort of carrying it all around with this on it. And to me, this was just one more thing that sort of lost the battle in trying to be light and as efficient as possible as a mobile photographer, and it just didn't have the right trade-offs for me in most situations. I have taken it out and I've gotten some great shots with it. This is the Hoya ND filter. It has 3 stops of neutral density, so you see there, it's like a nice tint. I've had 2 of these and make great sunglasses. It's not the best ND I've ever used. I do enjoy the Polar Pro NDs. I have not used Moment's own branded Cine Bloom, or I think they have ND filters as well, but Moment, if you're watching, I'll check it out. I will. I would love to. But yeah, the Hoya, it works. It's not the best, but it does get the job done. So if you are looking to do that, just be prepared to fit and outfit and kit this filter ring to get to that place. But you can do it. It's good to know that you can do it, especially if you're shooting a lot outside, trying to get awesome photos being out at the beach or wherever, lake, water's involved, direct sunlight, you know, all the good things for neutral density filters. That's what I would recommend. So I'm gonna place that right over there. This filter mess, I guess, is gonna hang out right next to me. Okay, last pocket, we're on the home stretch. I do keep a microfiber cloth. I don't know, ooh, I think this right now is from the Peter McKinnon mist filter. That was a cool video. Link that somewhere around here, if I can, I think so. What else do I have in here? I have the Moment lens pen, which I think deploys, yeah, like this right here. Allow you to clean off your lenses from dust and debris and whatever if you're out on the beach, sand, whatever. Really handy tool to have, especially if you don't want to be rubbing around that debris with the microfiber cloth. You just want to get something out real quick. This is a good deal for that. And last but not least, I think I am going to do a video on doing YouTube videos with your phone, but this is an adapter to go from Lightning to TRS to TRRS, I don't know, something to get the Rode Video Mic Pro to work on the iPhone 10. Leave a comment down below if you'd like to see a video on starting a YouTube channel with just your phone, being able to connect other accessories to it, so you're not going out and spending $1,000 on a new phone, but still getting great content, great audio quality. You can still have great lighting and record a great shot with just your phone. I think I'm gonna do that. I think that's a good idea. I think I'm gonna do that. So, that's a lot. That's a lot of stuff. We covered a lot here today. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys have any questions about this gear. I would love to dive into any one of these pieces and talk more about that. I think I actually should probably do a whole piece on just tripods and using your phone with a tripod, or using even a DSLR or a mirrorless camera on a tripod, and the benefits that you can get by having a tripod on you, at least as much as you possibly can. So let me know if you're interested in that. Let me know if you guys are interested in more videos about the Moment lenses. I do like shooting on them. If you guys want to see more tech bag stuff, I have a lot of tech bags that we can talk about and talk through my bag odyssey that it feels like I've been on for the last 10 years. That may be kind of fun. Well, with that, thank you so much for watching. I'm Stephen Foster. Subscribe if you aren't already. I'd be honored if you would. Please be kind, both in life and in the comments below, and let's do it again soon. I should get the thumbnail. I need the thumbnail. Yeah. I think let's do this. I think if I do this. Oh, almost dropped it. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna attempt it right here, right now. Ooh, yeah, the telly should go right in there. Oh, this is hysterical. I do dig these lenses. I mean, this really was the gateway for me to build the skills and understanding about photography that I wouldn't have been able to get had I not had a mobile phone, and really prepared me for shooting on something like the EOS R, a more pro mirrorless system, if you will, a dedicated photography system. I'm really grateful for Moment for making such a quality product for both, you know, the iOS and the Android phones out there that sort of give us this opportunity to shoot great photos. I mean, I remember a time having a cell phone. Why am I still doing this? I remember a time having a phone that just couldn't shoot good photos. I think every phone that I ever had up into my first iPhone 12, 13 years ago just couldn't shoot good photos. All of them had cameras, but they were all pretty potato photos. And I don't even think I have any of those photos from any of those phones because I had no way of really getting them off of that phone onto a computer. So a lot of gratitude for what's possible today to be able to build out something like this over the last few years and explore photography. And if you're interested in photography, I do really believe this is a great place to start. If you've never owned a professional camera, but you have a phone, even if it's a 3-year-old phone, with just some of these tools, you could start stepping up your game without having to make a huge investment and really learning a lot more about just what's possible in photography. Thank you again so much for watching. You're what make these videos possible. I wouldn't be making these videos if people didn't watch them. So thank you so much. You guys rock. And yeah, I'm looking forward to doing it again soon.